It's me, Ashley, with Keller Williams, and today I'm going to talk to you about things that many agents wish they could maybe just say to their sellers. Okay, so when you are thinking about selling a house, your agent is supposed to come to it with the intention of preparing it to be perceived or marketed in a certain way to attract the most buyers. And the reason that you want to attract the most buyers is because, the idea is that you will eventually get someone who's like, I love this property and I want to buy it, or oh my gosh, I see so much potential here, whatever it is. So what the agent is really looking for is like, what things, or like, how does this house appeal to a specific type of buyer, and how can we leverage that, how can we use that to sort of really sort of overemphasize that and make it very clear so that you can attract that type of buyer. And so I'm going to sort of start this list. I mean, there's a couple of things on here that maybe they seem kind of common sense, but I can tell you that it happens all the time. I've previewed tons of houses, and I know that something like this has happened after having previewed them. But one of the big things is that the home decor of the seller, for example, isn't always going to be perfect for selling the property. And I mean, I think it's a bit of a tough one, I think, in some ways. And I think for agents, it's sort of difficult to tell somebody, your dining room table is not going to work here, or you have too many furniture items in this room. But the issue is that when you have too many furniture items in there, the person that's moving in next has difficulty imagining themselves being in that space sometimes, or they're not able to see the space for what it is, so it's almost like a miscommunication about what the property could be for the new person, or for the buyer. The other thing that I think sort of frequently happens is that sometimes sellers don't tell everything to their agent. So they keep these secrets, and so whether it's about second, third, fourth mortgages, or about repairs that haven't been completed and stuff like that, and then all that stuff ends up coming to light. So I think in many ways, this is really probably mostly the agent's fault for not sort of developing that trust and creating a space that allows one to share those things. The other thing is that remodeling your property. I mean, this is a really tough one. So there's sort of this perception that if you remodel your property or update it, you're going to get a certain amount of money back. And I've heard a lot of agents express frustration around this, and I think it's because people are exposed to the main media, and they see shows like HGTV, on HGTV, where like Flip or Flop or Fixer Upper, and they're going in and they put this money into these properties and they sell them, and boom, 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 they made more money. Okay, so it is not impossible to pick specific things about your home that are remodeled and complete them in a really nice way, and actually add value. I mean, it is possible. It's more complicated, I will say, than just simply, I renovated my bathroom. I mean, the one thing that, okay, so there's a lot of complexities here. So the thing that you might actually get by doing a renovation is you may be able to sell your property faster. And in this market, it might just be just that. Maybe it will sell faster. It may or may not sell for more money. It sort of depends, right? Like, you have to really understand the market, like the sort of like local specific market, like what is going on, what is the competition, what is available, what do those properties look like compared to yours. And sometimes when you're in the sort of like planning stages of a renovation, it's very hard to see that, especially as a seller. I mean, you're not necessarily constantly in the market and looking at things and seeing what's going on. So I mean, definitely use the advice of your agent there. The other thing is be prepared to fix things. I mean, if there are like little things like maybe you have some older looking paint or some trim that was scratched by the dog. Just be prepared to adjust that trim. Those little small repairs can be really helpful in selling and marketing your property and making it look appealing. I mean, because basically, here's the thing. Here's what will happen. If you leave some small things like that, like you leave your vinyl siding dirty, you will have buyers come in and think that it's like a whole big deal. And then one of two things will happen. Either they won't make an offer on your property because they're like, oh my gosh, that's too much work. Or they will look at your property and give you like a BS offer, like a lowball offer. And, you really want to you really want to avoid that. I think ideally, I mean, you don't need to fix everything, but you want to be in a position where you're not having them call out like every little thing and think that it needs to be adjusted. And so that's it. I can kind of recap. Basically, your taste and your decor may not necessarily appeal to the people that you're trying to get to come and buy your property. Try not to keep too many secrets from your agent. Make sure you're letting them know what's going on, whether it's financially or repair-wise. Very important. Also know that just because you remodel, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to kind of capitalize on that and really take advantage of it. I think with that, consult your agent. I mean, it is possible to call your agent in and have a conversation and sort of figure it out if you really want to do a remodel. And lastly, prepare to fix things here and there. I mean, there might be some small repairs, and if you're thinking about selling, keep that in mind. Like, have a little budget, have a little bit of money set aside for making small repairs like that, so that you can work with your agent to market your house the best that you guys can market it. Other than that, that's all I have for you. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video, follow me on Facebook, and check out my website, ashleybolden.com, and I will see you again soon, YouTube.